Hi, today I want to speak on the protocols for recovering from energy healing, which can be related to regular people who are not energy healers as well, because everyone struggles from lack of energy and feeling of tiredness, right? So to recharge yourself as well, right? It's a very powerful formula and protocol that I developed. Doesn't take a lot of time, and you can do it even as little as 5 minutes. But first, through the introductions and compliance with the social media and YouTube requirements. I am Osman. Um, I'm an energy healer on a master level with telepathic capabilities, specializing in critical care, recovery, and terminal illnesses, amongst a host of other physiological, psychological, and even spiritual ailments, including treating the adverse effects of involuntary Kundalini awakening. I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher, having practiced for almost 50 years and teaching for 44 years. In that time, studied under various masters, under different schools of thought of yoga and meditation, and extracted from it and created my own protocol to make it simpler, easier, more effective, and faster for the 21st, adapted for the 21st century. As a result, currently I have students in over 100 countries, right? So if you want to know more about my services, please visit my website, yogawellness786.com. And also remember, all my therapies are natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. So coming back to this easy protocol for recharging yourself, and especially me, I'm an energy healer. And when I'm healing very seriously ill people, especially terminal illnesses, critical care recovery, these are people who are very ill, on the brink, on the threshold of death, right? And likelihood of them dying is very high, because they wouldn't, normally people don't come to me until everything else has failed, and even medical science has got no um, positive, treatment left. They've exhausted all treatments, and they also are not hopeful. And they prepare the families and say, don't expect the person to live much longer, right? He's got limited time, and you can advise the families, to visit him. So I'm very often in situations like this when I do my energy transference, right? Currently, I'm doing a case of a 83-year-old woman, and she has difficulty in breathing. She has to walk around with the oxygen tank, right? And because she cannot breathe, and sometimes she's just sleeping and she has to wake up and she has to pace just to be able to breathe, and she has to be 24/7 on the oxygen tank, right, in order to be able to just breathe, because her lungs are all inflamed. So this is correlating to also asthma. So what I believe, my opinion, what's wrong with her is that immune system is a symptom of the collapse of the human system, of the immune system, that there's so many things wrong and it's trying to fix so many things. There's nothing left, and so one of the weak point in many people is the lungs, because you're breathing in germs and all types of foreign substances that needs to be, your immune system needs to attack it, because it is a point of weakness that is exposed to the external environment, right? It's an opening. Your lungs is exposed to all the viruses and bacteria and pollution, and everything that's harmful, that's and poisons and toxins and everything that's coming into the lung. So your immune system is not available, fully to do its normal function, because it's so busy trying to fix so many other things in your body. Of course, she's 83 years old, right? And there's a lot of oxidative damage and glycation, right? With the old age, a lot of things is wearing off, right? With old age, especially 83 years. And she's a normal person who's not been practicing exercise or, following any healthy diet protocols. But I mean, she's reached 83, right? Hats off to her. How many of us following dietary protocols and so forth, dying at the age, 60s and 70s, right? But she's this thing, and this needs, especially ladies, I found, compared to men. Men who are sick and ladies, both, if you take, ladies take double the amount of energy to repair than men. So It seems to me women, when they get sick, they get really very seriously sick, and they say they are sick. They hide a lot. Their threshold for pain is very high naturally, because they have to give birth to a child, right? So they naturally have a much higher threshold for pain. Before they complain, they have to be really, really sick. And men's threshold for pain, a man cannot, probably will die from childbirth, right? The pain is so severe. He will not, he doesn't have that threshold of pain to be able to withstand a childbirth. This is from, scientific analysis, what pain levels that, women experience. So when they are sick, when I'm doing energy healing, it depletes the energy, because I'm transferring my energy to them, right? And it depletes me so much that I get so drained. And especially when I'm treating very sick people, I have to find a way to replenish my energy immediately after the session, or else I'm going to be bedridden, and sometimes I'm 2 weeks cannot get off the bed. No energy, right? Depleted and very sick myself, cannot eat food, cannot the thing, feeling nauseous. And there was one stage I did for a critically ill patient in ICU, and I had to do three at the same time. Normally I only do one at a time because it takes so much of my energy, but I had to do three, and it totally drained me, made me bedridden for 2 weeks. I said, never am I going to allow myself to reach that level. So every time I do a session that is serious, I do a recharge protocol. I quickly just do my three most important yoga postures, and I quickly do a short meditation. I've got a 5 minute yoga and meditation video that you can download for free from my website, yogawellness786.com. You go there, you go to the homepage, the About Us page, and you'll see, the free download. You can download it. And that's the protocol I use, to recharge myself. And now I make it, if I got time, I try to do it a little bit more fancier. I try to do the each posture of the three. I just focus on the three postures, because I can't be doing postures, the whole day, right? So I try to increase it to, instead of 30 seconds, to 2 minutes, right? And 2 minutes of relaxation after that, after each posture. But the minimum is 30 seconds, and relax for 30 seconds for the three posture. So that is 3 minutes, right? Altogether, 30, 30, 30 of posture, and 30, 30, 30 of relaxation is, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, and that is 3 minutes. And a 2 minute meditation, right? To recharge myself. And sometimes I go into 5 minutes, and sometimes I can go into 10, 15 minutes as well, if I've got the time, but minimum 2 minutes, right? So this is a very powerful protocol, even for energy healers, to go and expand it. And if you can include some breath work after that, that also, you know, uh, powers you up. So especially when I'm doing very seriously ill people, I try to do 2 minutes each posture, and I do the meditation for about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, and I do my breath work, 21 rounds of my alternative nostril breathing on the advanced level, right, with attention. That takes me 35 minutes to do, right? Um, but from a beginner level, you could do a simple Annam, not Annam, Nadi Shodhana. Nadi Shodhana, just breathing in through the one nostril, breathing out through the alternate. You can Google it. Nadi Shodhana is very safe. There's no breath retention. To do 21 rounds will probably take you about 10 minutes, right? Even maybe 5, 10 minutes, right? Five, even depends how you're doing it. And it shouldn't take too much of your time, but it will work towards energizing you. Not suddenly you had, like, it's not going to be a feeling like you had Red Bull, but if you're consistent with it, you're generally going to not feel so tired all the time, with consistent practice, right? Consistent practice over what period? Minimum 6 to 8 weeks before you start noticing some of the results. And a 6 month period, you'll be 100% sure that this is, significantly improving your life. And 2 to 5 years, substantive, improvement. 5 years plus, you're going to be, even everyone going to remark on your energy levels, right? So that doesn't mean you should compromise on your sleep. Sleep is so absolutely important. It's one of the most important ways to recharge yourself, is to sleep minimum 7 to 9 hours of sleep, please. Even me, I'm a very advanced level. I strive very hard to get my 7 to 9 hours, and with great difficulty I try to achieve it, right? uh, and it shouldn't be broken up, but unfortunately due to my schedule and nature of my business and work, it's very difficult, because 24/7 I'm getting inquiries worldwide. They are all in different time zones, and I have to attend to it, right? Because to help them, but I try in between to get my sleep, my 3-4 hours of sleep, and 2-3 hours of sleep here, and 3-4 hours there, or 2 hours, 2 hours, and uh, 3 hours there, to get the minimum seven. And on occasion, quite often, like maybe once or twice a week, I get my 9 hours, right? So this is how your body going to recharge. Only when you're sleeping, the magic of your self-healing capacity can work, right? If you're not sleeping, you are deteriorating your body, right? So hope all this information helps you, and make use of these protocols, and take care of yourself always.